Shalom Mishpacha, family. We are seeing a rise, a distinct rise, and I keep bringing this up as examples present themselves so that you remember to pray for those persecuted for His name's sake. It is becoming more and more commonplace all the time as we barrel to the end of the age and as the enemy uses everything that is at his disposal to wield it against God's people violently. Now, there's two articles that have popped out now in the last 48 hours. The first one is China moves to formally end Christian missionary activity. The Autocratic Chinese Communist Party, CCP, is imposing severe restrictions on Christian missionary activity in the country, arguing loyalty to the party usurps all other beliefs and credos, them above Christ. The regulations, which take effect on the 1st of May, prohibit foreigners from preaching, sharing their faith, or establishing religious organizations without official government approval, according to persecution.org, from the 1st of May. Chinese Christians fear that they will lose points in the communist nation's social credit system simply for their faith. So they're piloting the social credit system tied to your behavior and everything else, which will be rolled out to the whole new world order. And our Chinese Christians could lose points which will affect their lifestyle, their jobs, their everything, just because they believe in Jesus Christ. That is persecution against the faith. Then in England, where we are now a minority religion, where it used to be a Christian nation, the England Council threatens banning street preachers with prison terms. A Labour Party-run council in England wants to ban Christian street preachers with an injunction or judicial order that could result in lengthy prison sentences for violators, up to 2 years, for preaching the gospel. Great way to cut through the red tape and get into prison ministry. The Rushmore Borough Council in Hampshire County sought an injunction banning Christians from preaching, praying, and handing out leaflets in the centers of the town of Farnborough and Aldershot. The local authority claimed preachers were offensive and caused alarm and distress to passers-by. They are not allowed to lay hands on anyone, even if the person publicly affirms that they would like them to lay their hands on them. Those preachers and ministers will still get legally prosecuted. And hence we have this prosecution against the faith rising everywhere, not just in communist China, but in England, of all places, in Canada, in America, all over the world. We're seeing this movement against the one true faith. And that takes us to Matthew chapter 5, the Beatitudes. And I want to read for you from verse 10 to 12. Jesus' words. Blessed are those who are persecuted for righteousness' sake, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. What a promise. You want to persecute me? Bring it, because for mine is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are you when they revile and persecute you and say all kinds of evil against you falsely for my sake. Rejoice and be exceedingly glad, for great is your reward in heaven. For so they persecuted the prophets who were before you. You are in a great crowd of similar persecuted personnel of the kingdom of heaven. What a great body of believers to be part of. Those who stood for their faith, preached the word, and were persecuted for it. And great is your reward in heaven. Please remember in your prayer time to pray for those who are persecuted for their faith, because that persecution grows hourly as we barrel towards our exit. Shalom.